Hello and welcome back to episode 18 of Unknown to Well Known Club 2. We're back today with BK HACKEN and we could win the league today. So it's been a while since you were last with us, so we're going to give you a bit of a catch-up. It's quite a long one today. After the game against CSK Moscow, we then beat AIK 3-1. Very nice, comfortable win. We then went and beat Sollentuna 3-1 in the Swedish Cup second round, qualifying for the group stage for next year. Then we beat Örebro 1-0 in the league. We drew AZ Alkmaar in the Europa Conference League, and we got a draw at home to them. Decent result against one of the very good Dutch sides. We then beat Norrköping 4-0, absolutely thrashed them, before we drew with Falkenberg, which was very disappointing. Following that, we got a win against Breidablik back in the Europa Conference League, and a win against Varbergs before most recently we actually lost to Strømsgras, which was a bit of a disappointing result for me. Which means, as it stands, we're on 4 points in the group. Strømsgras are on 6, and then we've got AZ actually bottom, which is quite surprising to me. So, in theory, we've now got the away game against Strømsgras next. I think we could win that, and then if we can, we put ourselves in a very good position to go into the final 2 group games. Even if we don't win it, I still think we're in a good position. Now, league-wise, we are playing Malmo today. They only have 2 games left, whereas we have 3, which is why, if we can beat them today, then we will go 4 points clear at the top of the league, and we will be champions of Sweden. Drugardens are playing Norrköping. They're currently 1-0 down, which, let me get my maths head on. They would be on 62 points with 1 game to go. We would be on 65 points. So we would be effective champions then as well, because of the fact that Drugardens would be 3 points behind us and unattainable goal difference, really. With that said, let's go and see if we can beat Malmo to become Swedish champions. And the lineup to try and do exactly that, we've got Brander Horst in goal, a back 4 of Abels, Hamar, Eel and Kalsays, Hansen as the holding midfield with Loftus and Egnell in front, Plana on the right, Martez on the left, and Muziolik as the striker. We could be 90 minutes away from being champions of Sweden for the first time in BK HACKEN's history. Let's see if we can pull it off. And we've got the early highlight here with Malmo on the ball. Ockels inside to Mendes and back to Pochettino. What's he doing on the pitch? He's a bit old for playing, isn't he? Holm on the ball here, back to Bajamic, and then towards home. Rabba across to Ockels, and an early lead for Malmo, where I'm not convinced we've touched the ball yet. Apparently we've had 50% possession. That didn't look like it to me. Abels with a long throw here, gets it into the box. Plana heads it back to him. Ball in. Muziolik hit the post, and Martinez has put it into the empty net as it went behind Martinez from the header from Muziolik off the post. And a very simple finish from Martinez, putting us back on level terms and hopefully en route to a winner. Highlight now starting from the back with BK HACKEN. We spread it across the back. Hansen back to Eel again. And then Hamar goes long. Plana heads down to Muziolik. Can he beat his man? Lays it back off to Plana. Inside to Egnell. Shoots from range and hits the bar. Nearly finding that top corner. We now have a Malmo throw-in. Mendes has it deflected by Hansen. It comes out to Clemente. And then Ockels in space on the left. Cross into the box. And Bajamac with the shot. But Branderhorst with a very good save to equal it. We come back to a highlight where a lot of was going on at the start there. Eels collected the ball. Loftus is on the ball now. Finds Martinez inside to Muziolik. And then he goes back to Loftus over the top towards Plana. Brings it down wonderfully. And scores to put us 2-1 up against Malmo. Away from home. That's Plana's 10th for the season. And we lead 2-1 in a game that is the most important of the series so far. Plana brings it down wonderfully. And a wonderful finish into the bottom corner. We lead 2-1. And at halftime, it's still 2-1. It's been a fantastic first half for it. I can't really tell what's going on here because the XG... Oh, wait, what? what is going on here? XG here is 1.16. XG here is 0.41. That is all sorts of confusing. And it's kind of impossible to tell which one's correct, if I'm being honest. I've never seen that before. Is it a visual glitch? I don't know. Let's move on from that anyway. We'll get into the second half. Hopefully, if we can grab a third, we could be on the verge of the title. So early on in the second half now, we've got a free kick. Polana stood over it, goes to the far post. Eel hits the post and then it's cleared away. Muziola goes and collects it, plays it back to Calces safely. Change coming in now as we bring Prizzo on for Hansen in the holding midfield role. And now we also bring Sonko on for Martez, who picked up a booking in the second half. Late on a free kick here, Pochettino. Oh no, it's spilling around all over the place. And eventually we got a free kick in the middle of that. That was very close to an equaliser for Malmo. But we have won 2-1 against Malmo. We're going to tell them well done. And we're going to, move on. For some reason, we didn't get a trophy lift there. Despite the fact that we're now being told we have won it. Have Football Manager programmed that you lift the trophy in your game at home? Maybe. Maybe the game couldn't figure out what had gone on. But there's your confirmation. BK HACKEN win the Allsvenskan. For the first time in our history, we have won the league in Sweden. Absolutely phenomenal season. To the point that, as you've seen, we only lost one game, and that was to Druggerden's, the champions from last year. So, that was still not a bad team to lose an unbeaten record to. We've got 2 games to go now, which, while not meaning anything, we're still going to go out to win because I'd like to, only have that one loss on the record. And if we can win them both, 71 points is quite nice in a league with only 16 teams. But what a result for us. And I think what we'll do now is we will come back. This is going to be a weird one. But we're going to come back for the game against Breidablik at the end of the group stage. Still in this episode, just to be clear, you've probably seen the watch time. Stay here. We're going to come back for the final game of the group unless the AZ is going to be crucial in, either going through to the next round or going out. Then the aim is the final group stage game where hopefully we secure our way into the knockout stages. And with having the Allsvenskan under our belt now, we are going to be starting to look at this list here of available jobs. Because we're kind of, Sweden completed it, mate. We're going to be looking for the next step. We've had interest from some mid-table teams in Holland with FC22. I mean, potentially you could even look at Rangers. Would they be interested? Maybe. Maybe they would. We could even apply for that and see if they'll let us stay here until the end of the season. Might go and have a little look at that. Let's see what comes of it. But I think we're in a position now where we can look at some of the... we don't need to look at Lincoln where we did last Unknown to Ordinary. I think we can look at a team that's much higher up the pyramid. Maybe not Premier League, but at most second divisions and one of the top teams in those second divisions. But first of all, let's go and see how we do in the Europa League group stage once again. And the lineup for the game against AZ, we have Brandenhorst in goal. Calero, Hansen, Hamar and Krausch as the back four. Loftus, Olsen, Egnell in midfield. Polana and Martez. And then Muziolik as the man up front. Early on, a throw in for AZ. Cross comes into the box and Hamar heads it away. Martez to Olsen. Back to Martez, who's on the wing. And then he plays a ball through towards Krausch, but it doesn't reach him. And now AZ are going to come back at us. Olsen nicks the ball there and goes inside to Krausch, inside to Egnell. Breaks into the space with the shot, but forces the keeper into a save, but he deals with it. And now we have a highlight where Hansen's jogging back towards the ball, plays it out to Loftus. That was a very strange way to start a highlight Football Manager, but nevertheless, we play the ball inside to Loftus. Also, very quick update while this attack builds. We broke the Allsvenskan record for the most points in a season, picking up 68. The record was 67. And also, of course, broke our record because ours was 65. Ball through to Polana. He cuts it back to Calera on the edge, who puts it into the top corner. And we lead 1-0 away to AZ Alkmaar in a game that I believe, if we win, does send us through to the next round of the Europa Conference League. Of course, the reason why we need to show you, because it could be qualification. We might not need the final game. And that is a fantastic way to try and make sure we don't need that final game. A long clearance has gone through that Hamar's going to go collect. He's got tons of space out here by himself. So he's going to take his time, let Loftus run to him. Ball over the top, finds Martinez instantly, one-on-one with the keeper, and it's a fantastic save to send it out for a corner. However, we know we are dangerous from corners, so let's see what we can do from here. Polana's going to be the man to send it in towards the far post, and Muziolik heads over the bar, unfortunately, but a good effort nevertheless. Goal kick for AZ Alkmaar here. Long ball comes forward. Hamar heads it down to Polana, though. Very well won in the air. Calero forward to Muziolik, and he plays it back to Egnell. Loftus over the top, finds Polana with a fantastic ball, and he pounds it into the corner, but we're getting a VAR check. It was a great finish from Polana. However, it's going to be a goal. He was onside. So timed it very well. Sturm Graz are 1-0 up in their game, which would mean we are into the next round, and then the game against them will decide top spot. But 2-0 now, and before halftime, we're looking very, very comfortable. Let's have a quick look at how close it was. He's miles onside. Why are we even having a check? What a waste of everyone's time. Halftime, it's 2-0. It's been very comfortable in the first half, 57% possession. We've just controlled the game, controlled everything really. They've never really had a highlight that we've seen. And now, hopefully, in the second half, we can just maybe grab a third, wrap up qualification, and we'll be well away. We come back to a highlight of their keeper clearing the ball. Calero collects it as he does so, and then Hansen inside to Loftus, and we're just keeping the ball away from Alkmaar. There's not really anything they can do at the moment. We're just dominating that much. Ball forward to Martinez, Muziolik, back to Olsen again, and now he plays it to Calero into the box. Martinez with the shot, and the keeper makes a fantastic diving save to deny Martinez. Before we can even end the highlight, Loftus has picked up the ball as it was cleared. Forward to Egnell, and then Martinez to Muziolik, back to Krauj. Chance for a cross here. He doesn't cross it, plays it to Olsen, who plays it back to Loftus, and then back to Hamar. And now we're going to bring it back forward. Egnell, Muziolik, through to Egnell, who overlaps him, and it's 3-0 with absolute ease for that second goal. That was our third. Lovely little overlap by Egnell from overlapping Muziolik in the middle. Just a brilliant run. We've seen a lot of them from Egnell and Olsen in particular in midfield. And that's another example of it. And 3-0, game over. Changes here. We're going to bring Beckham on for Polana. And we'll also bring Prizzo on for Loftus just to avoid that yellow card that he's got. And our final change is going to be Eel coming on for Hamar at centre-back. Alkmaar with a highlight here. Klooster on the ball. Prizzo makes a very good tackle, but then the ball over the top. Oh my goodness, Adal nearly finding the top corner, but he sends it wide. And straight away, we're going to have a highlight here. Eel playing it short out to Olsen. And now he goes round his man. And look at how much space they're giving us here. We've just got all the space in the world. Beckham on the ball. Back to Calero. Muziolik to Egnell. Can he get it into the box? He can. Doesn't quite find Olsen, but Prizzo collects it. Back to Calero. And we're going to be back into a crossing opportunity here. Calero gets it in. Martinez at the far post. That's 4-0. And to be honest, in this group, I saw AZ Alkmaar. I thought they're going to be tough opposition. But on both occasions, we've not really had anything to worry about them. We've just kind of brushed them aside on both occasions. And away, even more so than in the home leg. And yeah, easy wins. We're going through. Highlight now, very late on. 90th minute. Might even just be an end of the game highlight, but Martez intercepted a clearance. Olsen over the top to Musiala, caught it on the volley brilliantly, and the keeper makes a fantastic save. But it nevertheless goes out for a corner. Martez to the far post. Eel doesn't quite win the header at that far post. So from a highlight though, Calero's going to launch this one towards the box, finds Beckham. He plays it short to Egnell, and it's another fantastic save from the keeper, as they're under a lot of pressure. Despite, we're 4-0 up, we're still putting the pressure on. And now Martez with the corner, Eel with the header, but that one goes well over the bar, and that is going to be game over. We've won 4-0 away to AZ Alkmaar. We are through to the next round of the Europa Conference League. If we can get a draw against Sturmgras in the last game, we'll be top of the group as well. But we'll go and have a little review of the episode before we finish up. And so it's time to reveal that after 2.5 years, near enough, at BK HACKEN, we won the Swedish Cup in our first full season. We won the Allsvenskan in our second full season. It's time to announce we are now leaving BK HACKEN. We've got a couple of job offers, and now that we've won the Swedish League, I felt like there wasn't really anything else I could do to progress that team. That's kind of as far as you can go with a team from Sweden, and it feels like a good time to say goodbye to that part of our career, in particular because of some of the jobs we have been offered. So as it stands right now, we have already been offered the Marseille job and the Sassuolo job. Now, out of those two, I am deciding on Marseille. I don't really want the Sassuolo job. However, Wolves and AC Milan have also given us interviews, so they are still kind of on the cards there themselves. I have delayed Marseille once so far, mainly because I wanted to play that final game with BK HACKEN, but also because I wanted to see what came of the Wolves and Milan jobs. If you want to see me go to a particular club, let me know down below. I'm kind of thinking probably not Milan, on the basis of we did do Serie A last year with Roma. On the flip side, if Milan come in, they are currently sat second in the league, so that could be a shout based on that. Meanwhile, Marseille are currently down in 12th in their league. Wolves in the relegation zone at the moment, actually. So that's not ideal for Wolves, unfortunately. But on the flip side, I don't know. I think Marseille might be the one. But we'll see what comes from Milan first. It's between those two, I would definitely say. Marseille or Milan. And the other thing as well, of course, we didn't just go to Serie A last year. We went to AC Milan. Obviously, it was a lot later in the save. But it doesn't feel... I don't know, it's an option. But I feel like Marseille might be the better option, because we did Milan last year in a way. Obviously, it was a very different team to what we'd find there now. But Marseille in France, it's something a little bit different. Obviously, we know that PSG are kind of the dominant team here, but there's no reason a French team can't, we can pick up a Europa League perhaps, if we can create a good team there. And if not that, we can still increase our reputation more than we would here in Sweden. We're less likely to get relegated than we are at Wolves, and we're not repeating Milan. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. I'm between those three, really. So if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment which team you would like to see me go to, should they all come in. And subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel. Thank you very much for watching.